Good day, everybody. Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness. I am Mark Ford, and as always, joined by my friend, my brother up in the Panhandle, Greg Smith. How you doing today, Greg?
I'm doing wonderful, Mark. I'm doing wonderful, and I am. It was 48 degrees out here last night, so it's March. Yeah, but I'm wearing my Otters on my spirit animal T-shirt. I love otters, so if you don't like otters, I don't like you. So anyway, doing great. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Well, I got my shirt courtesy of Josh Westerhold. Sent me a care package out of Wyoming. Got my Wyoming hat on. I got my Wyoming shirt on. Thank you so much, Josh, for sending me that stuff. As we know, Josh Allen played college football up in Wyoming. So, anybody with a connection to the Bills, we love Wyoming. So it was really kind and awesome of Josh to send me. He sent me some stickers and a couple hats and the shirt. And like I said on our page, that when we started this, that's what I'd hope would happen, that fellowship, that community, and it's definitely in place. So many people have been really kind.
Yeah, and I need to. I just run out of time, man. I need to do some more of that, like send people stuff and cool stuff because I'm a giving person too. I see all that y'all are doing all this. I'm like, damn, I need to do some of that too. So I'm giving Rick Moore a bunch of 76 commons. So that's a start, I guess. So all right, Josh Allen. I want to talk about him for a minute. So he went to Wyoming, right?
Sure.
When he came out of Wyoming, it's really kind of amazing to me if you think about Josh Allen, how far he's come, because they said he had the best arm they'd seen in probably 15 years, but he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So for him to be where he's at now, I got to give him a lot of props for working on his game. And I don't, we'll talk about football obviously more over the summer, but I don't have high hopes for Miami. And at this point, to be honest with you, Mark, I would like to see you guys win one, just to get one in the books, man. I think that'd be cool. So, I'm gonna be magnanimous and say, while it's in the same division, I wouldn't mind if y'all won, honestly. So, there
Yeah,
you go.
well, like I said last week, if it doesn't happen this year, then I doubt that it's going to happen because you can't have, a quarterback in Jim Kelly. Now you have Josh Allen, and if you don't win a Super Bowl with those dudes, you're just destined never to get one.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. So, it wouldn't destroy me to see you guys win one. Is
Yeah,
my
I was
point.
excited about Josh when I drafted him. It was, kind of controversial, but I was a believer in day one, and good thing because all those cards that I got back then are, hard to get now, and they cost a lot of money. But I remember watching it at the combine, and he threw the ball 80 yards.
Yeah.
He threw the ball 80 freaking yards.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. He's
okay,
he's
all right.
he's got a
I've
gun,
seen
man.
him in person throw the ball 70 yards, and then Stephon Diggs dropped it. But anyways, that's a story for another day.
Right. He's with Houston now, huh? Stephon Diggs.
He was nobody.
Oh,
They
well,
cut him loose. So,
there you go. Probably
yeah.
should have. All right, well, let's launch into cards of the week. What you got for us this week, Mark?
Yeah, well, I was up in Buffalo this week, and it was pretty much a black hole of cards up there. I did get into this one vintage guy. Oh my God, it was like ridiculous. That Eddie Matthews that you showed last week, he wanted $80 for it. I was like,
Wow.
holy cow, Greg should go up to Buffalo and resell that card. But, so it was crazy. But I got a couple cards up there. I got some Star Wars. I mean, I have this, but not the this does stuff. It's like gleamy, shiny, does crazy stuff, and it's numbered 33 out of 199. So I got that up there. Um, and then I picked this up on eBay. This is one of my favorite cards. I like this better than his rookie card. It's the Joe Morgan second year, and I'll take it out of the plastic. They got it all tagged up from eBay, but this is really nice. A BVG
Oh, yeah.
2.5, and I mean that thing is that's a pretty solid card. I like
Yeah.
that card. I like it better than the rookie card. I like that, the rookie trophy there, the gold cup or whatever they call it. So I picked
Yeah.
that up. I forget what I paid for. It might have been like $20 or something like that. So that was pretty neat. And then
Absolutely.
this is really cool. I got this. I wish I could have gone to the game at Rickwood Field, but Topps put out for the Negro League players. They had Jackie, Willie Mays, and Josh Gibson. But I got the Satchel Paige. This
Right
is
on.
and that's in the 10, and that's a Rickwood Field, commemorative issue for that game.
Those are
And
very cool.
yeah, it's really cool. Satchel Paige. I like it. And like on the back, it's got that. So. That goes. I'll probably never get a 53 Satchel Paige or the Laughlin Black Stars Satchel Paige, which is hitting upwards of $1,000 now for graded. But I got that. And then my last one I got, I had to put it in the one touch. It was not quite as good as I had hoped. So kind of overpaid a little bit for it, but it's okay. It's rare. It's the Cookie Gilchrist 1961 tops. CFL. And I have this. I have a really really nice one. I already had it, but I saw that, and you never see this card up.
Yeah.
And so I love Cookie Gilchrist. As being a
He's
Bills
a Bills
fan,
legend. He's an
he's a Bills
absolute Bills
legend.
legend.
Thing about Cookie, I was reading a book. Going Long by Jeff Miller about the history of the AFL. And when Cookie was in Canada, he punted, he kicked, he played linebacker, he played defensive line. Sometimes he'd play on the offensive line. He carried the football. He had 1,000 yards multiple times up there in Canada, and he was like 5 years in a row, like what would be their version of All Pro before
Wow.
coming down to Buffalo. And he ripped off 2,000 yard seasons. One was like 980. So he had over 3,000 yards in 3 years in Buffalo before he moved on to the Broncos and the Dolphins. And but what is further interesting about Cookie Gilchrist, which a lot of people don't remember or know about, is the 1963 All-Star game, AFL All-Star game in New Orleans. He led a player boycott because of the racism. They couldn't get a hotel, they couldn't get a cab ride, they couldn't stay in the same hotels in New Orleans in 1963. And so he was not comfortable speaking. Ernie Ladd ended up becoming the spokesperson for that movement in 1963 because Cookie felt that everyone thought he was a rebel rouser, he was an agitator, that if he's, but he led the revolt, if you want to call it that, but I call it just, plain doing the right thing, standing
Right.
up for yourself. And then they ended up moving the game to Houston in 1963. So he also stood tall for civil rights.
Yeah. Ernie Ladd, it's the civil rights movement back then. It really kind of seems like it was spearheaded. And I didn't realize New Orleans was that way. I thought, I figured they were a little bit more liberal than, like, say, the Delta, Mississippi Delta or whatever. But I didn't know that, and that's fascinating, and it's really kind of cool. Also, Jeff, who wrote that book? Jeff Miller.
Jeff Miller, not my friend Jeff Miller. Jeffrey Miller is my friend, the writer that writes sports books. This is called Jeff Miller, and the book is called Going Long. I'll grab it and show it before we take off.
Okay, cool. So I'd actually like to read that because the AFL really was groundbreaking for just the level of player that they had. I mean, they had some great players, and Joe Namath was there. I mean, you had Blanda there. You had all kinds of guys, and that's a really fascinating story about the All Star Game in 1963. I'm glad you told me that because now
There's a
I'm
whole chapter on it, and then also in the book, Billy Shaw, who we talked about last show or the show before, how Zach Haney sent me that autograph in a letter.
yeah.
Billy Shaw said that Cookie Gilchrist was the greatest football player that he ever saw.
Well, I mean, if he's doing all that, I mean, he just wanted to be on the field. It sounds like, and
Yeah.
he'll do whatever. And if he could excel at that many different positions, that's really insane. So I remember his name from when I was little, and he was really really good from what I understand. So those, and I wanted to comment on the Black Stars. You mentioned the Black Stars satchel. Boy, 3 years ago, those were not on the radar, were they?
No, no, I did get a bunch at the time. I should have got more, but even then I was like, wow, these are pretty expensive. But for those who don't know, the Laughlin Black Stars were 1974 and 1978. The 1974 set is acknowledged as a rookie card of many of the Negro League stars and has about a print run of 1,500. And it was two card shops. They distribute them. And then the 1978 they think there's only about 250 of the so while 1978 doesn't have the checklist that 1974 does, the print run is rumored to be about 250.
Yeah.
So pretty hard to find.
That is not very high. Well, congrats on you for getting the ones that you did, and if anytime I stumble on them, I'll let you know. So
Yeah,
great cards of the week though. That Rickwood Field one's really cool too.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Is that like a Topps Chrome or is that just regular Topps?
It's just a regular card. It's thick. It's oversized. It's
Okay,
a thick. So it's just a regular. regular card, but it's really beautiful. I like
Very,
it.
very
And
cool.
it's a 10, so.
Yeah, great, great. Well, my cards of the week, I pulled this one out. I put it on the page, and I got a wonderfully off center, beautiful fried Canadian bacon OPC Kari Strimsky. I got it for like $11. So I mean, anytime I see an OPC Kari Strimsky for $11, I'm jumping. And then, mark my words, guys, this guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame at some point. So if you see those cheap, get them, because Tommy John, that's a cool rookie card. It's in nice shape. I don't have this, so now I do. So I'm not real sure why I don't, but I do now. So Tommy John rookie, and then I got 5 cards, and I'm going to launch into this here in a few minutes about why these are significant. But got some cool stuff. I got a Robert Parrish rookie card and a kind of a wonky Jim Rice to add to my
All
other
right,
one.
yeah. The F-bomb Jim Rice, right on.
Yeah, yeah. And you can see it's not particularly well centered, or it's got a weird cut, but it was $5, so whatever. And then a couple of these, I just think these are cool. These Nolan Ryan cards, the leaders or the highlights with him and Steve Busby, and I can't see. Oh, somebody else from the Indians, Dick Bosman, and then this one here, a strikeouts, a highlights card, and then this one was the one that I really liked, was the Dan Fouts, the
Yeah.
rookie card. So, I got some cool rookie cards and some Ryans and stuff. And the reason that those are significant to me is because they all came with no sleeves on them.
Here we
So,
go.
yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and call this guy out. I sent him a message after I got my first set of cards. His name's Ed Hutchinson, and he needs to work on his customer service a little bit. He's got sleeve issues. He doesn't put cards in sleeves. He did put my order in a team bag with my name on a top loader. So I'm not sure what the top loader was for. No cardboard, no sleeves, just a team bag and a bubble mailer. And had to beg for tracking for a couple of days, both times. Just that Dan Fouts, that's a $20 card, and you send it without a sleeve. What are you doing? Get your shit together. Let's go. Come
Get
on,
your
man.
shit together, man.
It's just amateur hour, and Ed, you've got great prices, so maybe you feel justified that you can send these without sleeves. I couldn't imagine sending a Dan Fouts rookie card or a Robert Parrish rookie card in the mail without a sleeve on it, man. What are you doing? I don't get it. But Mark, you have any comments? I mean, I don't know what else to say about this other than
Breaking news.
it's just terrible, right?
Yeah, breaking news. I felt the urge I had to exit stage left here for a minute and put on our new Stream of Card Consciousness t-shirts
What?
that we have. And ease the pain. I got one for you, Greg. And
Oh man,
yeah.
that's
So,
amazing. That's
yeah, they're
We've been
nice.
talking about doing that for
Sublimated.
years.
Huh?
We've been
Yeah,
talking about
well,
doing
it's
that
reality. So, people, we got t-shirts. So, anybody who wants a shirt, let us know, and we'll
That's
get you
awesome,
a
man.
shirt. Sadly, you're gonna have to pay for it because I sent enough stuff off for free, but we'll sell it at cost. And if y'all want a Stream of Card Consciousness t-shirt, we'll hook you up. So, back to the sleeves. Yeah, well, I have no problem calling that guy out because, you were nice about it and you made reference of it the first time and then you made reference again and again. And at some point, the guy should have said, yeah, my bad. Or if nothing else, if he doesn't want to put sleeves on cards for everybody else, he should probably do it for you because, he just got called out on streaming card consciousness and, he should probably at least, very least, not very smart. So the guy with the show and the guy that sells probably, I don't know if you're the biggest seller on that fire sales page. You're right there. So not only one of the biggest buyer sellers on Facebook, also has a show, and we're not going to sleeve his cards. So that's just stupidity, if you ask me.
Well, there's several sellers that sell higher dollar stuff than I do, and I guess if you average it out over the course of the last 4 years, I'm number 4 in the group with participation points, whatever that means. But not, I don't sell the highest dollar stuff. But yeah, I mean, just and all of that aside, I mean, he's in the groups enough where he knows I mean, he does enough buying and selling where this should be a no-brainer for him. And I don't understand for him not to respond at all. Let me read the message that I sent to him. Hold on. So let me get my phone pulled up. The message that I sent to him was, let's see. Sorry, guys.
No.
Good Lord. So I'm going to read you this message that I sent to old Ed. It was, got the first batch. Thanks. Nice stuff. Very good pricing. Helpful suggestion, though. Sleeves on dollar and up cards might be a nice touch. I cringed when I saw the Largent RC and the 75 Ryan with no sleeve. Just a thought. So he read, and that was March 20th at 7:31 p.m. So he read it maybe a half an hour later, which is now three plus days ago. Didn't inquire to see if the cards that I got subsequently got there good. Just didn't respond at all. So it's been 3 days now where there's no response. That's inexcusable. That's unacceptable. That's not how you sell cards. Act like you care more than anything and get your shit together. So I don't really have a whole lot else to say about it. I knew they were going to come without sleeves, and I told myself if this comes without sleeves, I'm going to mention them on the show. So be it. He'll probably
buyer beware. Ed Hutchinson likes to send his cards naked. So
right. And he'll probably block me, and I won't be able to buy into sales anymore.
That's another T-shirt idea. Send your cards naked.
Right.
It's just cardboard. Send your cards naked.
Right. Yeah, that's a great idea for a shirt.
Ghostbusters. Send your cards naked
with a line through it.
Yeah, like don't do it. It's just like why? I don't know, man. Why would you do that? I don't know. And again, I don't know. It's just not.
And it's a small thing.
Shots, we have a forum, and
right.
And on that, Jason Shapiro is still doing the same shit. Sal A to Sal B without N and Sal A, because I thought that after I crucified him, I'd maybe buy a card from him and show that I'm not a terrible human being. And same stuff. It's just like, what's going on? This card's in this cell. This same card's in this cell. Like if I claim in this, it's just like screw it.
Well, I went in and looked at his stuff after we did the show last week, and it's simply just he's listing them way too many places. So he's there's a feature you can do on Facebook where you can list it in like 50 different groups all at the same time, and he's probably doing that and just not keeping track, which is annoying as a buyer. I mean, I get it, dude. I'd be pissed off, and I wasn't defending him last week either. So
no, not at all.
He needs to get his shit together too. Honestly, it's the things I see as an admin on that page blow my mind. Just it's unreal. We could do.
That page is like the Wild Wild West, man.
Yeah, which one?
That vintage, the regular vintage, not the fire sales. The one.
Oh, the baseball cards page.
Baseball, yeah.
Yeah, that page has seen better days, man. I'm not even going to get into that, but yeah, it's just it needs more cops more than anything. So but they don't want to do that for various reasons, which I know.
Thank you, Josh Wickersham did pick up a 1953 Luke Easter Bowman color for me that he sent it to me. So thank you, Josh Wickersham, for looking out for me while I was brokenhearted and crying in my freaking beer about goddamn Luke Easter card. I'm like, come on, man, really?
But I am excited about that. So
that's awesome.
My cards of the week weren't all bad, and I'm telling you, get some Tommy John rookies because he's on the ballot this year.
Now, didn't he won like the most games after age 30 or something like that, didn't he? And
that's a good question. I'm not sure.
I believe he's one of the top. He was, or he may not be anymore, but I believe he won the most games after age 30 of any pitcher. And we ended up with like 288 or something like that.
Yeah, high in the 280s. And I mean, Jim Cott's in.
Jim Cott's and Tommy John should be in.
Right. And nothing against Jim Cott. I mean, he had a bunch of gold gloves and whatever, but I mean, Tommy John has a surgery named after him.
Yeah, exactly.
And for no other reason, put him in the contribution to the game wing. Mm-hmm. There's people all over that, but he deserves it, I think, just based on his career, really. But you could add the Hall of Fame part. He's famous because of that surgery more than anything. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see, but helpful tip: buy Tommy John rookies all day long. So, and they're cheap. So, Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to rant this week, and
Yeah, you did.
yeah, I'm just I can't, I spend so much time selling cards and buying cards, and I always am conscious about what I can do to make it a better experience for people, and for people to just do that, and and for him and Shapiro not knowing the show doesn't surprise me. I mean, we're not that, we've got a decent reach, but we're not that big. But you know, just do the right thing and send cards and sleeves, man. That's just lazy to
Right.
me. I don't know, man. But anyway, that's what I've really got for the week. I just wanted to come on and talk about that. I could believe it, but I was
Yeah, I
irritated.
was up in Buffalo all week. I had spring break, had to go up there and do some things. So wasn't really thinking a lot about cards. But I did hit a few card shops and man, there's no vintage at all. But I got into some Star Wars at this one shop and did pretty good. But I
Yeah,
did find one, I think it's called Bases Loaded. It's on Union Road in West Seneca, New York, and he had so much vintage, but it was so ridiculously overpriced. And I sent you a picture of what I did buy there vintage wise, and I
yeah,
paid the number because what it is what it is, PC stuff. But
right.
um, it's just was a 1958 raw Ed Matthews in okay shape for $80 is not going to
Well,
move the needle.
yeah, he's probably going off that book, the Beckett 3X book,
Yeah,
which I see it shows. It's surprising though that in Buffalo, I mean, all I hear down here from people that live up in New York and New Jersey and all that is there's vintage everywhere. It's
yeah.
just like bleeding vintage, and for it not to be in Buffalo, that's a surprise, kind
There's
of.
more than here in
Yeah,
Florida, but again, it's pretty expensive,
is
like
it?
like
Yeah,
anything. But a lot of that's New York too, I think, just the way of life up there.
right, right. Well, I'm going to be down in Florida on the 3rd through like the 7th. If you want to, I don't know if there's any shows, but
Yeah, we'll try
um,
to see if there's something going on. We'll go and
okay.
rate some boxes. And the last time that we went to the show, I had a great time. I had a good time. Picked up some good cards too.
Yeah, you did. That Jack Morris was cool.
Yeah, I
Do you
tried
still
selling
have that, or
some.
did you sell it?
Huh?
Did you sell it, or you still have
No,
it?
no, I pulled back. I just threw it out there. I was just looking to do some other things. I didn't really want to sell it, but I
Yeah,
figured if somebody else would want it, it's not a PC card or anything. So,
right.
I sold a
Oh,
couple
sweet.
things. I was just looking to upgrade, and I did. I got an Andre Dawson. I went from like a 4 to a 5 with the sale. I had the 4 Andre Dawson 4, and then I sold a couple of the cards and took that and got a 5. So,
Right.
you know.
Well, and you messaged me last night about you were looking for tonnage, and how's your tonnage search
Oh
going
my
on?
God, tonnage is impossible. Like I just be getting hammered on like Goodwill and any of the other auction sites where I pick up tonnage and just to get like say there's a box that's I've talked about this before. You got a 20-pound box and you're looking at like 89s and 90, the junk era stuff. You're not seeing any stars. Just to pick up like a 20, you're talking 30, $40 just
Wow.
and that's a wing and a prayer. Then you got shipping. So basically like a 20-pound box of who knows. But you do know that it's probably not very good. It's probably going to hit you between 40 and $60.
Wow.
And if there's
Yeah.
any star power, you're talking over $100 easily every time. So
Yeah.
tonnage days are winding down. I do have a few other alternate places where I could pick some up, but and that sucks because that's more fun for me than anything. I could spend $30 and spend a couple hours wading through 20, 30 pounds of cards, and ultimately you really once in a while I'd hit something, but you don't really but you don't want to have a whole box bag full of commons.
No. No, because then you just throw them in the dumpster.
Yeah, so I think that Rad Frauds, Rad Finds, he
Yeah.
really messed that up because people saw his he was planting stuff in there's no way he's pulling that stuff and he wasn't even getting the stuff off of Goodwill because it was all farcical, but he
Yeah.
was claiming he was buying all these cards off of Goodwill, so now people think that because Rad Frauds is pulling these great cards that they're going to do the same. That's just not the case. So
Right.
it's really
Now,
just
didn't they kind of out him on the passes alive, or was
Yeah,
that?
he's been outed, but it don't stop him. Now he's got a storage thing. He buys storage units, and it's called Rad Find. I don't know what the frig that guy. That guy is just. I would love to beat that guy's ass because He doesn't even know what the F he's talking about, man. And he gets like so excited over the most stupid shit. Like this, like a Jordan reprint this week. He's going off, and it's like, oh, it's a vinyl. It's like a reprint, bro. And like he
Yeah,
just loses his shit over this dome. He does, nothing aggravates me more than if you don't know who the players are, you don't know how to pronounce the names, you don't know what year the card is. Like you're looking at the 77 tops, going, oh, it's a 77 tops. Like,
yeah.
come on, man. You know?
Right, right. Yeah, you see that all the time too on YouTube. People are doing these breaks, or the
Yeah.
new players and even some of the old players, and you see them mispronounce the names. You're like, what the hell are you doing, man?
And then he allegedly sends cards to people, and nobody that I know has ever gotten any. And then like he's flipping out, oh my God, I got a Derek Jeter rookie, like that upper deck rookie, and the
Yeah,
corners are all effed up. And he's like puts up a price for like $15 that it was sold for. It's like the thing's like in a wad, you know.
yeah.
So he doesn't even think about condition. So he's got his little ticker that, oh, it's sold for 20, cha-ching, 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 blah, blah,
Right,
blah. Bro, it's not like a 72 Gibson. Oh my God, it's like $15. No, it's not. It was all dinged up and messed up. That's like $3, you know?
right. Yeah, I mean, I had a '72 Gibson in a sale a couple weeks ago. It was nice, and I charged like $7. So
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well,
man.
he ruined it for everybody. He ruined it for
Right.
me because I can't, like, shoot, over the weekend, I tried to get on a couple. I'm gonna try to get on a couple today and just forget about it. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter what you bid. Somebody's gonna beat you and they're gonna get it. And sadly, too, the people that are doing that, they're uninitiated. So the people that are, I bid 50, they bid 51. There's really nothing in there. And they're gonna get those
yeah.
cards and be like, oh my God, what have I
Why
done?
did I pay $51 for
Well, I
this?
paid $51 for a box of like 1988 Topps baseball cards, you know.
Oh
I
God,
got 50 bucks. Right.
there's no worse sinking feeling than rolling up on somebody's cards and you start leafing through them and you see 1988 tops.
Yeah, 88, 89,
Oh my God.
And
At
then
least 89's got
90
a
Don
decent.
Ross, 91 Flair. I mean, it's just like
Yeah. Yeah. Not
when
what
people
all
are,
right. So what's your 90 Fleer is the worst,
yeah,
I think. With just star power and just
yeah.
white.
Oh, 90 Flair is just garbage.
Yeah.
It's the horrible, horrible set. I don't even like if I get tonnage, I just throw them out. I don't even
Yeah.
bother looking at them.
Right.
If I just toss them, that they go. I don't even look through them. Why bother? Because the Griffey card might be 75 cents. I'm not
Yeah.
spending time looking through 90 Flair for one Griffey card that might be worth 90 cents. I will say. One
That
of my
set is
favorite
mine no
cards, and I've
more.
sent it to you, graded, is the Kurt Schilling out of that
Yeah.
set. Freaking beautiful. So there
Yeah.
you go. The 90 Fleer Kurt Schilling graded. Eat that thing like an SGC too, with the black and the orange. That card freaking rocks. So if you're into like I am more into like the look of it and stuff versus the value, 90 Fleer Kurt Schilling graded, not raw.
I've got it. I've got it over
I
there
sent it to
somewhere,
you.
man. I
Yeah,
could go get
that's
it.
five. I picked it up for like $5 or something and sent it to you. That card freaking rocks. I mean, that's a
I'm
beautiful
gonna
card.
get that card out and show it on the
Yeah,
next
get it
show,
out and
man.
show it off because that card freaking rocks. That's a
It
beautiful
is
card.
cool. It's in a Beckett slab too, isn't it?
I don't remember what it was, but
Maybe.
I know I got it cheap, and I'm like, Craig has to have this. So
I think you sent me two Kurt Schillings. One of them's in a Beckett slab, and then yeah, I got to find those.
yeah,
So
dig them out so people can see how cool that card is.
yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. Well, you've still got Ohio and Texas though, right? They're still going. They're still
Oh yeah,
provide.
Texas is Ohio. Ohio provides, man. I'm not gonna say where, but Ohio provides, so
Yeah.
I'm never gonna say that name of where I get my stuff in Ohio, but I've been riding out on the range and doing quite well in Ohio. And then
Yeah.
again, people, this isn't like I'm pillaging and plundering and getting dollar Laughlin Black Stars. I mean, I pay pretty good for the stuff, but I also can resell it and make a couple bucks too. So it's not like it's cheap, because it's not, but
Right.
it is below what you would normally pay. So. Not always, but I do. The
You still there?
sheer volume of cards that they
Right.
list is
Now
how
I
I
gotta.
end up getting the deals.
Right. Yeah, you do. You do. So the shirt. How many shirts do you have?
How many shirts do I have? Well, we were prototyping this morning. I think I have like four, but I have yours right there. And,
Nice.
that really pops.
It does, man.
Yeah, so we got streaming card consciousness. I'm probably gonna tie dye a few just for my own But if I have a white one, I'm gonna tie dye it. I think
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool. I didn't have any tie dye stuff anymore, and so I got a couple gray, a couple white, and it's got our logo, man.
outstanding, man. I'm
So,
super excited.
yeah, I'll send
Uh,
that up to you.
absolutely, and
And
that
that takes you to Josh Westerhold and Josh Wickersham as well. Uh,
yeah, the Joshes came through
the
this week.
Joshes came through this week. It was awesome. And we have
Well, I don't
shirts.
have a whole lot else, man. I'm ready for baseball season. Maybe we can get into that a little bit next
Yeah,
time.
but this
And
is sublimated. So this is not like screen print vinyl. This is like sublimated. So it's right.
what is you're using these big
Sublimation is
words on
right
me?
in the material. So
What
this
does
is really cool.
sublimation mean?
It's like the material. It goes right into the
Okay,
material, like so. It's not like a raised up screen print ink, and
right.
it's not like a vinyl that's no. This is right
So
in
it'll
the.
last a little bit longer.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. This is cool. So
Nice, nice.
so I
Well,
think
if you
we'll
want a
start
shirt,
selling
everybody
them.
let Mark know.
Yeah, if anybody wants a shirt, let me know. So
Well, what else you got, Mark? You want
that's
to?
it. That's what I got for the week, man. School
All right,
starts
man. Yeah,
tomorrow,
I
and
just
you know, the final push to the finish line. Got 2 months to the end here, and we'll see what happens. See how many kids we can get to graduate out of room 6. So I'm looking forward to it. We got about 20 so far.
absolutely.
So
That's
I'm hoping to get at least 40. So we'll see what
now.
happens.
How many did you get last year? What's the most you've gotten?
34. 34.
34. So yeah, just blow right through that, man. You
Yeah,
should.
25 year one, 34. I'm hoping for 40 this year. So, but there's a few other records that I'm hoping to get my fingers on academic wise, so I think we can do it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, good for you,
time to
man. Well,
put
go
the
have a good
pedal
rest
to
of your
the floor.
Sunday.
All right, you too, brother.
Absolutely. Go have a
Everybody,
good
take
Sunday,
care.
man.